Okay. I would like to call the meeting of the St. Louis County Board of Zoning Adjustment to order. The board members present today are Angelia Bills, Chair, and Justin Randall, Vice Chair. The Department of Planning staff members are Mel Wilson, Debbie Nesbitt, Abby Freudel, Ashra Withram Mathalaka, and Gretchen Arnold. Also on the call today is John Burford from the County Counselor's Office. First, I'd like to offer into the record the affidavit of publication pertaining to today's meeting, February 8, 2023. The board hereby takes official notice of and admits into evidence on the record the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance, Chapter 1003, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended, and Chapter 1004, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended. Next, I would like to call for a motion to approve the minutes of the previous BZA meeting of January 11, 2023.
I'll make a
Is there,
motion. Yeah, sorry. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the January 11th, 2023 Board of Zoning Adjustments meeting.
thank you, and I second it. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and the motion carries. This meeting is conducted as a teleconference and is recorded. The planning staff will read each request into the record and present technical advice to the board if needed. The petitioner will also be unmuted, state their name, and make a brief presentation to the board explaining the reason and hardship for the requested variance. The board will not consider financial hardships. Board members may ask questions to clarify the facts. When the board is satisfied with the material presented, the chairperson will then ask if there is anyone in favor or opposition to the request. To do so, click the hand next to your name. If any comments were submitted, staff will read them into the record. Before a call for the vote, the petitioner may request a continuance in order to bring in additional documentation. The board may also request a continuance to gather additional information or for a visit to the site. Once comments have been heard, the chairperson will call for a vote at that time. The discussion has ended. No further discussion is permitted. The board will generally make a decision today. Since there are only two members at this time, if the board's vote is split 1-1, the request will be deemed denied. If a variance is approved, the petitioner has 6 months to obtain the necessary permits or establish the use requested, or the variance will expire. The petitioner or any interested party has the right of appeal to the St. Louis County Circuit Court. This must be done within 30 days of the decision. Paperwork indicating the board's decision will be mailed to the petitioners.
Alrighty. 04-23 Eldon Jugovic is requesting an exception to the front and side yard regulations for the purpose of replacing a deck and stairs at 123 West Loretta Avenue, maintaining a front yard of 8 feet in lieu of 20 feet and a side yard of 3 feet in lieu of 5 feet, as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. And Eldon, let me get you unmuted here. Eldon, you're unmuted and you can present.
Okay, hi guys. So just a quick question. Do I need to hit this video or we are all okay now?
I think you're
For the
fine.
site. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. We can hear you.
Okay, so I'm the owner of this 123 West Loretta Avenue. So the house is like 100 years old. And then my front porch, it's failing, so I need to repair that. I requested for permits, and as you can see here on the survey, I mark all of it. The deck is already existing. Actually, the porch is already existing there, but we're gonna go repair it. But they gonna my plan reviewer said she's gonna treat that as a new deck since we have to repair a lot of stuff on it. And then the same footprint, the same stairs are gonna stay there. Everything's gonna be on the same spot. That's just how it is, how the house was built before. how the house was built before. You know, it's like the building line, it's passing through the house now. So the whole roof above the deck and everything, you know, it's across that building line. So that's just, you know, how it is. And I'd like to everything to stay there. We try to see if we can change anything, but you know, the building line is already even through the house, so I don't think we can change anything.
Okay, you may have said this before, but are you replacing the deck and the stairs?
I am. So that's the pictures that you can see now. It's basically, you know, it's almost finished. So we're just waiting for the paperwork for permit and everything. Actually, my plan reviewer says she's going to approve everything. I just need this approved here today. You know what it is. So.
Was there a deck and stairs there before you did?
Yes, exactly
Okay,
same footprint. As you can see, some of the wood, it's even old, you know, I didn't replace everything. It's just on some of the stuff, it's just a new paint, you know, the paint can change a lot of things. But structurally, I built a safer deck, you know, because it was a hazardous, and I didn't want anybody to, you know, fall down and hurt himself, so.
Dustin, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, is there anyone here in favor or opposition?
I don't see any hands, so at this time I'm going to mute the petitioner.
Okay, hearing none. Is that 0523?
0423.
Okay, 0423. I vote to approve the variance as advertised, and the hardship is the need to update the deck and the stairs.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, none opposed. The motion passes.
All right, moving on to 05-23, Union Weber is requesting an exception to the front yard regulations and sign regulations for the purpose of replacing signage at 703 Union Road, maintaining a front yard of 3 feet in lieu of 15 feet along Union Road, a sign size of 60 square feet in lieu of 50 square feet, and a price sign of 22 square feet in lieu of 20 square feet, as required by the C2 Shopping District regulations and Section 1003. 168 sign regulations of the St. Louis County zoning ordinance. And Chris, let me unmute you. Chris, you're unmuted. You can present now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this sign, apparently when they were telling me, the county was telling me that when this sign was originally installed, they went through the variance procedure back then. So what we're now presenting is just new cabinets to replace the old cabinets in between the existing poles. And actually, the total square footage of all signage now is 7.5 square feet less than what the entire signage is currently.
Okay, and is there like an update to it? Is it an updated look?
Yeah, the 7-Eleven logo's changed and they're putting, they're just wanting to update it. I think they're wanting to go, the biggest thing is the one price, as you see in this photo right here that you're showing, it's a single price digit now. They want to go to a double digit to have diesel and regular fuel. That's the biggest change. Overall, like I said, between the 3 units, the 66, 7-Eleven, and the price change, overall, it's actually smaller square foot than what's up there now.
And just to let the board know, this sign was taken before this board in 2017, I believe. And it also went for like the signs square footage, but the setback is the exact same as it was in 2017.
Okay. Thank you, Gretchen, and I saw the staff recommendation as well.
Favorable, I hope.
Yes. Yes. I don't have any questions.
I don't either.
Okay. Is there anyone here in favor or opposition?
I don't see any hands, so at this time I am going to mute the petitioner. They're muted.
In the matter of 05-23, I recommend approval based on the existing nature of the sign.
I second it. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
None opposed. It carries.
06-23 Jack Connor is requesting an exception to the rear yard regulations for the purpose of constructing a four-season sunroom at 5932 Woodbrook Drive, maintaining a rear yard of 8 feet in lieu of 15 feet as required by the R6A Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance MPEU Ordinance 6006. And Jack, let me get you real quick here. Jack, you're unmuted to give your presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. All we're doing is we built a deck in the same position about 35 years ago. And my wife and I were older now, and we'd like to have something that's a little bit more climate controlled in the same space and be able to still entertain and stuff on that same space. So we're tearing down an existing deck, and in the exact same footprint, we're putting up a four-season sunroom, and we know that we were told that since it was so many years ago and it's a different structure that we needed to get the variance again. Both of our neighbors on either side have given permission, and I sent forwarded emails from them. And there's about 75 to 100 yards of steeply graded, heavily wooded common ground behind us that is not developable.
Okay. Justin, do you have any questions?
No, not at this time.
Is there anyone here in favor or opposition?
I don't see anybody, so at this time I'm going to mute the petitioner.
Okay. Hearing none, 06-23, I vote to approve the variance as advertised, and the hardship just being more weather protection, and it's in the same space as the previous deck.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
That carries.
All right, the final one for today, 07-23, Mark and Christine Mosley are requesting an exception to the rear yard regulations for the purpose of constructing a deck and stairs at 7564 Terry Lynn Drive, maintaining a rear yard of 3 feet in lieu of 15 feet as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance and PEU Ordinance 12,474. And Mark, let me unmute you. Mark, you're unmuted to give your presentation.
Hi, thank you, everybody. So we have an existing deck that needs to be replaced. It is literally falling apart. We want to add a smaller deck actually than what we currently have. There's already an exit door. We just need access to the rear yard from the main floor. And there's limited distance from the house to the property line, not really leaving enough room for a deck that would fit our family of 6. And you might have seen in that previous picture that we back to a cemetery, so we would not be encroaching on any property. In fact, the deck we want to put in is smaller than the current deck. And even with this new number, like we would still have 12 feet to our fence, and then there's an additional 15 feet to the road that is there at that cemetery. But yeah, we need to get it checked because I guess the lines or something changed from whenever they built this original deck. And it's in the backyard, so there's it's not impacting any neighbors.
I don't have any questions.
Just a question. Was there an easement that runs along that back property line that it's going to be in as well?
Yeah, so that's why we're getting the variance, because there is an easement, which actually the deck, we don't know if they like changed where the easement was or something, because our deck and like all of our neighbors' decks actually go past the easement. And so the one we're proposing is actually shorter than what we currently have, because our current one goes out to 14 feet. And they have a very long easement of like 15 feet. So we're just asking for an additional 3 feet is basically what we're just looking for.
Well, maybe I can explain a little more. The plan shows there is a 10-foot easement in the rear yard. So with the 12-foot deck, they'll have 3 feet left to the 15-foot property edge of the building plan.
So it's not a rear yard of 3 feet. It's actually a rear yard of 12 feet.
Well, our yard is 24 feet. And so the deck we are hoping to get is 12 foot. So we would still have 12 feet from the end of our deck to the end of our property. But there's an easement within our yard. And so we're just hoping to extend the easement.
Yeah. Well, that's, yeah, you're not extending the easement. What you're asking for, what we can't grant anything in an easement. Well, let me take that back. The code says your rear yard setback's 15 feet, right? And then they're asking for it to be down to 12. Is that correct, Debbie?
Well, I have 3 feet that they want to the property line with a 12-foot deck.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, no, with a 12-foot deck, we would still have 12 feet to our fence, to the end of our property.
Okay, 12-foot fence.
So it's 3
So
feet
then
to the
he'll only
easement.
be-
It's
He'll
3
only
feet
be
into the
3
easement.
feet
Into the
into the
easement.
15. So yeah, he is saying that he wants a 12-foot rear yard
Okay.
because just to explain it to Mark, their easement is different than the setback requirement. The easement is for utilities and to get in there, and the setback is to protect your property from neighbors and to keep it all kind of neat and because everybody's got the setbacks on their property.
Sure.
So
But yeah, like I said, the new deck will actually be shorter than the current deck.
Okay.
Because currently, like that spot that goes out there, that spot reaches out to, I can't remember if it was 14 or 16 feet, but then the rest of the deck is 14 feet. And so we actually want to make a deck that's only 12 feet.
All right. That's all the questions I had.
Okay. Is there anyone here in favor or opposition?
I don't see any hands, so at this time I'm going to mute the petitioner.
Okay. 0723, I vote to approve the variance as advertised. The hardship just being that the need to upgrade the deck and that the new deck will actually be smaller than the old deck.
So I don't want to second that motion only because I don't, as advertised, they're saying down to 3 feet, and he doesn't need that. So Jonathan, do you have any recommendations on how to get to clearing this up a little bit?
We could take a look, and if you want to continue this matter to our next
Well,
setting.
I don't mind. She just made a motion as advertised, which was down to 3 feet. He doesn't need down to 3 feet. He only needs down to 12 feet.
You can amend the motion.
Yeah, amend the motion, yeah.
Okay. Are you okay with that, Angelia?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. All right.
So if you so we voted this one down, so now you have to do the motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the matter of 07-23, I recommend approval of a rear yard setback of 12 feet in lieu of 15 feet as required in the R5 residence district.
I second it. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries.
All right, and that's all we had for you guys today, actually. So
Okay. Sounds
Awesome.
good. All righty. Well, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Have
guys.
a good 2 weeks.
yep,
Alrighty.
bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.